So we're starting today off with some breaking news that I literally woke up to this morning. And typically what I would do is make a whole breakdown and analysis of this one signing, give it to you guys and leave it at that. But this one signing, this one contract extension sends a gigantic butterfly effect down the entire NFL. So I figured I'd bring you guys the initial news as soon as possible. And then I'm going to give you guys a huge breakdown later on today as to what this means for Lamar Jackson, as to what this means for the rest of the NFL, and how the Cleveland Browns should feel about the deal that they just gave to Deshaun Watson, because this contract extension for Russell Wilson completely changes everything for the rest of the QB market. So before we get to the content, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, turn on our notifications to help the channel grow. If you want shorter versions of this content, we upload it onto Instagram and TikTok as shorts at The Flight Mike on Instagram and at Mikerophone NFL on TikTok. And now that we get all that out of the way, break! Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? So the Denver Broncos this past offseason made a gigantic splash by trading for Russell Wilson. And the question was when, not if, he was going to get a gigantic contract extension. On top of that, what a contract extension for Russell Wilson would look like, given the fact that this past offseason was absolutely insane for the entire NFL. But on top of the market for wide receivers being reset, you saw Aaron Rodgers becoming the first QB in NFL history to get paid $50 million a year annually, and you saw Deshaun Watson get another contract extension that paid him a fully guaranteed deal after being out of football for an entire season, and despite having several allegations up against him. And the Deshaun Watson contract kind of complicated things for the rest of the QBs in the market, because now you have Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, and hey, you don't even know, maybe Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, and other QBs that are in line for contract extensions, potentially seeking out a fully guaranteed contract like Deshaun Watson. Now, ultimately, at first, you saw Kyler Murray get a contract that wasn't fully guaranteed, as Kyler got a 5-year, $230 million contract extension with the Arizona Cardinals with $160 million guaranteed. Up next in line were QBs like Lamar Jackson and, of course, Russell Wilson. And it seems like the Denver Broncos finally did right by Russell Wilson. So according to Adam Schefter, the Denver Broncos and Russell Wilson just reached an agreement on a 5-year, $245 million contract extension that includes $165 million guaranteed, sources tell ESPN. The deal now ties Russell Wilson to Denver for 7 total years and $296 million, another massive QB deal in the books. This is going to be one of those deals that, honestly, in the short term, I mean, it's not even a bad deal by any means whatsoever. In the short term, obviously, the Denver Broncos aren't going to have so much flexibility to put pieces around Russell Wilson. But in regards to the hierarchy of deals, I think this is a very fair contract extension, man. I mean, Russell Wilson is a 9-time Pro Bowl QB, a Super Bowl champion, the winningest QB in his first 10 years in NFL history, and now the highest paid Broncos player in history before he even takes a snap for the franchise. Ari Meirov mentions the fact that Russell Wilson is now going to be under contract through his age 40 season, and he said he would like to play until he's 45 years old, so very much like Tom Brady. So this is going to be one of those contracts where towards the twilight of Russ's career, assuming that he has the longevity that Tom Brady has, which is a crazy assumption to make for any player whatsoever, but that's what he's gunning for. During his age 38, 39, and 40 seasons, that contract is going to look really freaking good. Comparing this contract to players like Aaron Rodgers, Rodgers gets paid $50 million a year. Russell Wilson comes in just underneath that. And if you want to compare this to Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, and Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson is just above Kyler Murray, just below Aaron Rodgers, and his contract isn't fully guaranteed. So I think this is a fantastic contract extension for the Denver Broncos. I mean, Russell Wilson seems to be very happy about this, tweeting out all the glory to Jesus, hashtag he is king. anything. I think this is a huge win for both sides, and the only person that is possibly going to take a huge loss from this is probably Lamar Jackson and Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow and the QBs that are in line for a contract extension. I'd say the most right now is Lamar Jackson because he is currently locked in to a very heated contract extension discussion with the Baltimore Ravens, and that's going to be our next video on this topic. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all this, man. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.